Well, how are you doing? Okay, this video is going to be about a corrupt, what I believe is a corrupt moon overlay in a video that I had sent to me by this troll called Harry Callahan, this globe troll. And I'll go into why that is, why I was sent this video and whatever. But this is from 2017. I'm pretty sure this video is, and it seems to be a complete overlay, right? I'll give some explanation, right? One moment. This video here, New Moon Challenge for All, I brought out a few weeks ago. The challenge is, right now, I'm not saying either way, right? But I can't find any evidence that at new moon there is a moon in the sky, right? No evidence whatsoever. Now, people say you can't see it because it's the daytime, right? This is what they're trying, because this is the mainstream claim, right? The new moon is only there in the daytime, so you can't see it because it's the daytime. But the debunking of that is the lunar eclipse, what they call a lunar eclipse, which is not an eclipse, right? Because nothing gets eclipsed. You just have a coloration change or a darkening on the moon, across the moon or whatever. And it's claimed that Earth shine, which is light coming off, reflecting off of the Earth, is the reason why we can see the moon during during the lunar eclipse, and it's the shadow of the Earth that's causing this darkening, right? There's no evidence it's a shadow, it's just a darkening, a color change. You know, it's red sometimes and different things. It's like there's no evidence of any of that. It's just a load of globe nonsense. But but during new moon, there should be loads of what they call Earth shine on the new moon, because it's there during the day. So there should be loads of Earth shine showing us the new moon, especially like early in the morning or late in the evening. We should definitely see it, but no sign of it. So I brought out this video here, this new moon challenge for all, asking for somebody to prove that the new moon is there at the end of the month, right? Or the start of the month or whatever, just to show that once a month this new moon is there. That prove that it exists, prove that it's actually there. Because pre-new moon and post-new moon, which is like a little sliver, a little bit smaller than this, show, well, it may be actually this because I've messed around with that image there a bit with filters, but that will show. I can see the pre-new moon and post-new moon, no bother. I can see that during the day, right? But I can't see this new moon. New moon, no sign of it. So the challenge was put out for someone to prove the new moon is there. Now, all I got, right, and I specifically didn't mention, right, anything about a solar eclipse. I specifically didn't mention that. Why did I not want that to do with a solar eclipse? Because that's called a begging the question fallacy. Because we see a dark disk go across the sun at solar eclipse, right? Now, this dark disk that goes across the sun is claimed to be the moon. It may be the moon, right? But it's only claimed to be, but there's no evidence that it is the moon. And that's the problem, right? And if it's the moon, how come there's no earth shine on it, as they say, happens at the lunar eclipse? Because in the lunar eclipse, and the globe claim is that the globe Earth gets in the way of the sun, and so the only light to the moon during lunar eclipse is Earth shine, right, off of a globe Earth, right? But during the solar eclipse, when the moon blocks, right, it's claimed in the heliocentric model, I'm not claiming it, it's claimed to block the sun, we just see a black disk. We don't see what we would see. We should see exactly what we see in lunar moon, during a globe lunar eclipse or heliocentric lunar eclipse, if it was true, because there should be Earth shine, especially because there's been loads of light. It's daytime. The moon is claimed to go across the sun, so all this Earth shine should be showing up on the moon, but it doesn't. Right? If it's the moon, it should be showing up, but it doesn't. We just see a black disk. So there's loads of contradictions and problems between the heliocentric models, solar and lunar eclipse. They're trying to explain two things, and trying to match them together, and it's all convoluted and nonsense. But besides the fact that the lunar eclipse is claimed to have Earthshine showing it up when the Earth is in the way of the sun, right? So there's no sunlight onto the moon; it's only Earthshine. How come then, when the claimed moon is going in front of the sun at solar eclipse, there's no Earthshine on this moon then? Where is all the Earthshine then? It's not there, right? Because it's only a claim that it's the moon. They have no evidence that it's the moon. It's just a dark disk. And that's claimed to be the new moon. And it's claimed we never see the new moon ever, because it's always claimed that the new moon is, it's always claimed that the new moon is in the daytime. We'll never see it. So there's no Earthshine ever showing up this new moon. That's the same Earthshine that shows up this lunar eclipse. The Earthshine that shows us the lunar eclipse. We never see this. Not that there's any eclipse happens, it's just a darkening. Nothing is actually eclipse, it's just a darkening. The only eclipse is a solar eclipse. But either way, right, there's a lot of nonsense within these two claims. So this guy, Harry Callahan, who I've had several unfortunate run-ins, he sent me this video from this guy, right? And he said this guy supposedly shows that at the solar eclipse that there is a new moon, that it is the new moon, and it is the moon covering the sun. Now, it could be true, right? But this guy has tried to cheat, from what I can see, to show that supposedly this new moon is covering the sun, or the moon is covering the sun. I can't find. I'll show you in a minute. I have all the comparisons. But this guy here, what's his name? John Michelson, right? Here is his video. I'll link him down below. I'll link my one from here, and I'll link this one. And this is a video, right, that he's using. He's using some images he has in Photoshop. He took from this. I think it's this one. This is his video of the solar eclipse in 2017, and here he is taking that video, and he is claiming to show a moon, right, within Photoshop. He's messing around with levels, and he's claiming to show a moon in front of the sun, right? This is what he's claiming to do. And so what I did is I got images from his original video, which is here. I'll link that also. So I linked these three videos, my one and these two, from this John Michelson guy. And I got images from his from this main video. This is where it came from. I'm just going to show. Here it is, the link. It's in this video. And I linked it, and I went straight to there. It's his video, and that's his video there, and that's where all the images I got came from. Okay, so now let's go to comparisons. So, right, let's see, where is the best place to start? I have a lot of images. Where's the best place to start? I suppose I'll start, right, right, I'll start here, right. So this is the image, right? This is an image, right, that same one as I have. This is an image from his original solar eclipse video, and this is what he says he can show in Photoshop, right? And this seems to be like, wow, super proof that really is the moon, right? This here, right, is his image, right? Same image, and this is the best I could do, right? I messed around with the levels, did everything I could. This is the best I could do, right? And I'm going to show you this in bigger form now a little bit later. So I have the same image as him, and this is the best I could do. Now, people may say like, there's no way you could do as good as him. He must have better software. He must have, maybe your computer is old, blah, blah, blah. No, my computer is a MacBook Pro from 2019. It has all the latest software. And to prove that my software and what I'm using and my MacBook Pro is a match for whatever he's using, here is his image that was supposedly the best he could do, yet I could do this with it. How come I could do so much better than him? Because even when he shows this, it's only for a moment. Then in his video, you would think this has been the main part of his video, but it's not. It's like he shows it in at the end and then he goes away. And in his video, right, just want to show, in this guy's video, he goes from this type of image at the very start to suddenly it's not like that anymore. You can see little patches on it, and suddenly this thing turns up. And he's showing some of the process, but it seems that there's a gap in the process where he doesn't show it, and suddenly this thing shows up. It's like, hang on a minute, this is not making sense, right? So I have to ask questions like, how come he can go from just a black disc and come up with this, right? All of a sudden, like he's shown this black disc, then he's shown something that's a darker version of this, then he's right, but you can't really see what's going on, right? So nothing to something to then nothing, then a break, and then he's back with something like this again. Then he's back with this. Sorry. So it's like this is seriously shady. Here is a comparison. This is the one I got, right, and this is the one, his one that I improved upon. So if I can improve upon it with the same exact software in the same exact computer, then how can he come up with such a fantastic image and I can't come up with that with an image is good? How come I can improve on his? Because there's my improvement on his one. Like, why didn't he show this? Why did he just show this much? And what he did is he brought the light out around the moon here. This image here, he brought that out more. So it takes you a little bit away from looking at this. But I made it so this is the main part. The moon, the thing he says he's supposed to be showing. This thing he's saying is there. But I feel this is just trickery, Photoshop overlaying. I did learn some Photoshop. I did spend a year learning it some years ago, and it's like, I know what, it's very easy to do these kind of things in Photoshop. And I think he used more than Photoshop, possibly, but it wouldn't matter. You'd easily do this in Photoshop. So I reckon it's just an overlay, because I could improve on his with the software I'm using with my Mac, yet he couldn't do it that well himself. You know, how come he couldn't do it this good himself? So the plot thickens, right? So this is the best I could do from this black disc. That's the best I could do. Yet he could come up with this from this black disc, right? I could only come up with that, right? But I can improve. This is his one. I can improve on his one. So things aren't making sense here. Things aren't adding up, right? So this is important. I'll say why at the end of the video. Why this is so important. Why this topic is important, right? So I just want to go into images, right? So there's his image, right? There's the one that turned up from a nothing suddenly to this, right? And then he improved upon it a little bit by bringing it up to this. Then he improved on it one more time, bringing it to that, right? So he's bringing out the light behind the moon, but the moon itself is not changing. If you notice that this moon overlay thing here is not changing, right? Yeah, there's some nonsense going on down here, but this moon overlay is not changing, right? He just changes the light and changes it again, right? But the moon overlay is not changing. Now I'm able to improve on that moon that's there. I'm able to show it clear. Why didn't he do it? If he's able to have he has Photoshop, does everything, how come he didn't expand on this? Why would you not expand on that? That would be such an important thing that's what you're supposed to be showing, because he wanted to give the impression that he was showing the moon, right? That it's claimed to be the moon in front of the sun. He wanted to give the impression it was, but he didn't want to show it too much, because you know why? Because when I show it like this, it becomes very obvious that it's there. So that means anyone should be able to see it, should be able to get that black disc, right, from his video and see it, right? I'm showing here, I've improved on his. This is a big improvement on what he was showing. I can do that with my software, yet this one here is the best I can do from that black disc, right? This is the black disc, came in front of the sun. This is the best I could do. So I'm just going to show some. Okay, where are we now? I'm going to a second now. Do I want to go down here? No, I want to go into just have a few into this, right? So, sorry, just going to go into tools, adjust color. Right, so if I try adjusting some of the levels, right, that makes it worse and make it better. So, as you can see, right, there is some patches, right, that seem to turn up, right, but this is the best I can do with these patches. It's like there is some patches that seem to turn up, but this is the best you can do. You can just show it like this. Now it ends up being a little bit, I don't know if you call it pixelated or whatever, but that's it. This is the best. When I bring it back down, that's what's on it. So there's nothing showing up. That is not what the moon. That this here, what I'm showing up here, these patches in these areas, that's not the moon. That is not the moon. I don't know what it is, but that, right, does not show to be the moon. So I can't show here that this is the moon going in front of the sun, because this certainly does not prove that that's the moon. So if I'm trying to prove to someone that the moon is going in front of the sun, this is not going to prove it, is it? But this is the best I could do, yet I could improve with this exact same software. I could improve on his one. So let's just go reset all. Take rid of that. Now, I inverted the whole thing, right? So let's see if we can improve on this. Just color, right? Contrast. If that's the moon and I'm able to invert the whole lot. When I'm messing around with contrast here, that should be showing, or exposure, I mean, that should be showing a change. It should be able to show up the moon like he had. Let's see if I go this way. No. You can see there's some, it's like as if the edges of a balloon or something. It looks weird. I'm not saying it is a balloon, I'm not claiming that, but it looks a bit strange, right? Let's go back, right? Let's just try shadows. No, let's try temperature, bring the temperature down, temperature up. Not showing any different, saturation. No matter what I do here, it's not changing it. Bring up the sharpness. That's not changing it. Let's try these ones. Kind of a multi, just because I'm on the fly, because it's fast. So look, that's the best you can do. Where this is, like, I inverted the whole lot. So this is, this should be showing the moon. Where is the moon? This should be the moon. This is all inverted. The color all inverted. It should be showing some of the moon. It should look so moony. It should look moony, shouldn't it? But it doesn't look moony. That's what moony is all I could call it. Messing around with it. It's not changing anything. Try this one. Except they're disappearing altogether. I'll do it nice and slow. Bring that back. Now, I should be able to show some moon here. Do you know what I mean? This is from that. This is from that black disc. This is from the guy, John Michelson, or whatever his name is. This is from his video. This is it. Look at what you're seeing. We're not seeing any moon. We're just seeing something. We're not seeing moon. So this is not, if I was trying to prove that it's the moon going in front of the sun and the solar eclipse, this is certainly not proof. Right? This is certainly not proof. So I can do all this stuff and improve on this guy's supposed moon, right, that he shows, right? So proving that whatever he has, whatever software he has and whatever he's using is certainly he's not showing it to be better than what I have, that's for sure. Because I was able to improve on his. How come he couldn't show it as good as I can show it? Something wrong there. It's more globe trickery. So at present, as far as I'm concerned, at present, there was absolutely no evidence whatsoever that what that guy is showing is the moon. Absolutely no evidence whatsoever. So let's come down here. There's the one, I'll go back into this, just color. There's the one I had. There's the one I could get. Look the way it's all messed up. It's weird. and I did everything I could to make it like even though it's a bit pixely, this should be matching what he's showing. This should be matching all, like we should be matching the moon he showed. This should be matching that. Even if it's a bit pixely, it should be matching that. It's not matching it at all. The patterns are all completely wrong. This, like, so the guy, like, he has to have been messing. He has to have been messing around. So far, the globe side can't prove that. So far, the globe side can't prove that it's the moon that goes in front of the sun during solar eclipse. They just can't prove it. They don't have any proof of this. Let me see some comparisons. Right, so there is the black disk. There is the one I had. Let's get some just color. Bring this down a bit. Try messing with the levels. Right, bring this up. Not there. Bring this down. You know, where is this moon? Where is this moon? This is his image over here. Where is this moon? See the way I look? It's matching what I have. It's not so much what he shows. Yet I can improve on his. There's my improvement on his. Yeah, let's mess around with his some more. Look how much improvement. Look how better my one is than his. Yet he couldn't do it. So, all right. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it so good. Look, there's more improvements. I'm improving his again. Huh? Something not right there. You know, there's these big improvements that he can't do. Look. Complete and utter rubbish. The guy is a fraud. And the guy who sent this to me, this guy Harry Callahan, who's always in the comment sections on my videos, he's also a fraud because he knows this is a fraud. This guy Harry Callahan, he's no fool. He has been tried to be fraudulent. He's just tried to be fraudulent with me in the past. He knows that this is completely not the moon. There, look at that. Look, compared to that. Where is all the moon? Where's the moony stuff? There's another one in sepia. You know, where's the moony stuff? It's not there. Where's this? Why is this so important? This is important because the moon has to go in front of the sun for a solar eclipse on the heliocentric model. It has to. There is no way out of it, right? That is the heliocentric model. It can't disappear, right? The moon can't just not be there one day of the month. But in the heliocentric model, it has to be. But only in that, over a flat plane, where we don't make claims about what the moon and sun is, and we don't know what the moon and sun is and the stars are, then the moon can do whatever it wants. It can disappear once a month because, you know, we don't even know what it is. It can do anything it wants because it doesn't have to stick to a model that we decided it's part of. It doesn't have to do any of those things. It can just be the moon. It does whatever it does. It's outside of us. We can't make claims of what it is doing or should be doing because we don't even know what it is. So once a month, it could disappear over a flat plane because we don't know what it is. But there's claims about it being a big rock in the sky, right, in the globe model. But, right, and it blocking the sun during solar eclipse. But there's no evidence for that. There you go. There's the moon. I'll show you one more time before I finish. Just colour. Right? Let's remember the levels here. Right? Made it as bright as possible. Let's try other things. Let's darken it up a bit. You know? Look, there should be something showing. There should be something showing up here. That's what you end up with, a balloon type thing. Where's the moon? No evidence that's the moon. So far, the challenge I put out for someone to prove that the new moon is in the sky once a month, so far, no one has been able to do it. There was this fraudulent video from the sky. Other than that, no one has been able to do it. This John Michelson guy or whatever he is, he's a fraud, right? Because if he could do it that easy, we could all do it that easy. I can improve on his video. I could improve on his supposed improvement. I could improve on that better than he could. Yet I can't do any better than this, you know. So the heliocentric model needs the moon to go in front of the sun during solar eclipse. Flat Earth, horizontal plane, horizontal baseline, horizontal, you know, a plane Earth, whatever way you want to describe it. We don't need any of that. People making claims about what the moon is and how it doesn't fit what we see over a flat plane. You don't even know what the moon is. You can't even prove that it's there or not there during new moon. And this certainly doesn't prove that it's the moon going in front of the sun during solar eclipse. Our opposition have no idea what the moon is, and they can't prove it. They can't prove what it does and doesn't do. They don't know what it is. They make claims. They beg the question about it. But when it comes to this, they can't prove that it's going in front of the sun during solar eclipse, and they certainly can't prove that it's in the sky once a month. Not so far. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but so far there's nothing. Not from NASA, not from anyone. Thanks for watching.